first of all?
My name's Tate. I'm from Cincinnati.
From Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Go Reds. Go Bengals. All right, now skip any questions you want to skip.
Okay.
What can you tell me about Cincinnati?
Cincinnati's it's nice. It's Midwest. It's very quiet compared to here. They got things they're famous for. Food-wise, like Skyline chili, ice cream. That's they got sports too, sports teams, and they got colleges. It's kind of like a college town a little bit.
Kings Island.
Kings Island, yeah, you know about Kings Island?
Yeah, I've been there once.
I like it.
All right, now what are your strengths and weaknesses?
Strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have a lot of weaknesses, I'd say.
What
I
are
need big weaknesses. I need a lot of motivation to get something started,
they? Yeah.
but that also turns into a strength. Like once I get my mindset on something, which is very hard to, I can get things done usually.
Let me go back for a second here. What were your first impressions coming to New York?
Oh, I loved it. In the beginning, it felt very foreign, but I adapted very quickly. Like 2 or 3 days, it felt like home.
Really?
Because I was just walking everywhere all day. This was after a 2-week quarantine though, but it felt very big and foreign for me as the immediate effect. But after a couple days, it felt very familiar.
So you're a well-adjusted guy.
Maybe I'd say so. I came to New York before a few years ago as well, and it felt like a tourist spot. It felt like a place that I'd never get used to. But once you live here, it instantly becomes your home.
What are some things you miss about Cincinnati?
Our family, of course. The vibe is different. Everything's a little more chill there, a little more laid back. Friends as well. A lot of sports you can play. A lot of athleticism is very valued in society as well. So here it's more about fashion, clothes, how you portray yourself, your energy, something like that, I'd say.
Okay, now where were you coming from before you came to this park?
I just came to pick up food, actually.
No, I mean, where were you coming from before? You were eating?
No, I'm about to eat here.
Oh, where were you coming before you came here?
I walked up to Union and got some Wendy's.
All right, so you're gonna get food after you leave here?
Oh, I already got food.
Oh, okay.
It's on the bench. I was gonna eat.
What is that, McDonald's?
Wendy's.
Oh, Wendy's.
Cheap.
All right,
I gotta
cool.
save money.
Yeah. So where are you going once you leave this park?
My friends go to the gym. I didn't book a time today. I usually would go to the gym at this time.
Oh, you're a gym guy?
Yeah.
You like working out?
I do. I've been working out for a bit.
What's that like, working out at the gym during the time of a pandemic?
Oh, it's nothing different than working out any other time. To me, at least. I wear a mask in the gym.
Yeah.
You don't have to necessarily, but most people do. And gym, you have your own gym goals, right?
Yeah.
So other things, there's not a lot of things that can stop you from your gym goals.
All right, let me ask you this. If you could redo any part of your life, what would you redo?
Redo.
Something that a big mistake that you made that you wish you could correct.
I haven't made any big mistakes. Most like embarrassing moments, small regrets, maybe like relationship things as well. But
So what brought you to New York?
oh, school,
College?
college. I made it to NYU, so I was like, might as well.
Yeah.
It's expensive though.
Now let me ask you this. NYU has like a bubble, right? That was risky. All right, NYU has a bubble, right?
Yeah,
And a lot of the students, they're in that bubble.
yeah.
They don't want to get out of the bubble. What do you think about that?
What do you mean by the bubble?
The bubble is like they only associate with other NYU students,
Okay.
and they don't socialize or deal with actual New Yorkers.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, I mean it's the same thing for like a lot of other schools as well, right?
I'd say it's hard for NYU. So New York has its own culture, and it's a very different culture than other places, and it's very hard for NYU kids to come out of that bubble because, first of all, I think they would actively have to want to come out of that bubble, to come out of the bubble, because in the end it's still a college, and even though we don't have a campus, most college students still want to like converse with other college students, unless someone else outside the bubble like came in and invited you in.
So would you consider yourself to be someone in that bubble?
Definitely.
So you haven't really like met,
I have
like,
not. I'm not.
real New
I'm not a
Yorkers.
real New Yorker. No.
You haven't met them. You haven't really interacted with them either. I'm
No.
assuming.
Where do you think these guys usually are? Like Brooklyn area?
What, real New Yorkers?
Yeah,
I would say there's a lot of them. Yeah, not Brooklyn has a lot of out of towners,
yeah.
especially the Bushwick, Brooklyn. What is it? The Dumbo area.
No clue.
That area. Yeah, I mean the area by the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah,
That area has a lot of out of towners.
yeah,
But if you go like maybe deeper into Brooklyn, like the Coney Island area,
yeah.
you're gonna probably find more real New Yorkers. Queens, you're gonna find more real New Yorkers. The Bronx, places like that, but generally not so much in Manhattan.
What are real New Yorkers like?
What are real New Yorkers like? I think like they can be really cool.
Very cool.
They
Just
can be
different
really
culture.
cool. They're more like
Laid back.
yeah, they're more laid back and like. Let me give you an example, okay? I was trying to park my car in front of a shoe repair shop. The guy comes out, he's like, come on, come on, come on, and he directs me.
Right,
And then before that, he told me, there's street sweeping today,
right,
and you have an hour to move your car.
right.
So to me, like that's what a real New Yorker is, right? Someone who's like more like a little bit more involved with the community.
Okay.
Whereas here in the city, right?
Everyone's individual.
Yeah, here in the city, people are more individualistic.
Right.
People, they mind their own business. They want you to mind your own business. They want you to stay out of their space.
Right.
So, I think that's like kind of like the difference between the New Yorker and the non-New Yorker.
Okay, I
But
see that.
there's a lot of aggressive New Yorkers too. I don't know if you've driven around here, but
Yeah.
people they can drive very aggressively. So
I
they
cannot
can be
drive
very
around here.
impatient. A lot of them will be double parked.
Right.
You don't really see that like in other states. So yeah, and let me think here. Some of the other things that separate New Yorkers from people from the rest of this country, I don't know. I think like the schools can be really rough, like the high
Really?
schools.
High schools. Okay.
Yeah, I mean people had hammers
Okay.
in their backpack, and they would whack people with the hammer.
Jesus.
I've heard of people grabbing bricks from construction sites and just like throwing them at people.
I think that's like the environment that my dad grew up in.
Where he grew up.
In China.
Oh, what part of China?
Beijing.
Beijing was like that? In the whole home?
Their culture there, I think, was also like very violent culture.
Oh, because he
in the
probably
high
grew up like in the 80s, right?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
right after the things how being reformed. Yeah, that was a rough time. I've heard a lot about that.
It's just like if you look at someone weird, they'll come and it's like their fighting is different than fighting here.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. That's kind of how like New York was. When I was growing up here, people would go on the roofs on the 4th of July. They would light M80s and they would throw them at people walking on the
That's
street.
crazy.
And I don't know if they do this in Cincinnati, but people here, the kids, they would light a firecracker and then throw it in the mailboxes. You know those blue mailboxes?
What
They
the?
would throw it and it'll blow up all the people's mail.
That's crazy.
So that's the kind of stuff that people were doing here. I don't know if it's still like that, but that's definitely the way it was. And it's more so in the outer boroughs. Like I said, the real New York is the outer boroughs. It's not over here. So here it's a more transient crowd.
Right.
You have people like yourself who who are just going to be here for a few years and then they're going to leave.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you go into the outer boroughs, you're probably going to see or hear more stories about that. But like I said, there's also those kind New Yorkers. Like I said, they're
Yeah.
going to tell you when to move your car. They don't know you. I don't know them. Some people, they'll give you like, when you park in the parking meters,
Yeah.
you got that little ticket.
Yeah.
They'll give you their ticket when they're leaving, so that because they have time left on the meter, so they'll give it to you. Some people they'll be like that. I mean, in China too, right?
Oh, that's interesting. It's nice how New York has its own culture. Like Cincinnati, everyone's different.
Yeah.
Right. But they don't follow a similar guideline a little bit.
Yeah.
New York, it has its own culture in many different ways. Different
Uh-huh.
types of culture here.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, now next question. If you were in New York, what would you be? Because you go to NYU, right? What was your second choice gonna be?
Second choice. Oh, for college?
Yeah.
Probably back in Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati. I would have had it free there because my
Oh,
dad
you're-
works
oh, 'cause
there
you're
as well.
in-state?
Yeah, and my
Okay.
dad works there,
Oh, your
so
dad
it would
works
have been
there?
free.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it would have been free, but it's just New York. I'd say NYU has a better school for my major as well.
Yeah. All right. So now, what is some advice you have for the freshmen coming in next year?
Be social. Be very social.
Yeah, but how can you be social in this kind of a setting?
Very easy.
What do you send people Zoom messages? Is that how it works?
No, it has to be. Well, for me personally, I'm an in-person person.
Right.
I don't really like social media that much.
Yeah.
So like, if you're doing laundry in the elevator, just randomly just go up to people,
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
to
yeah.
people. ask to exchange contact, ask them to go get lunch sometime.
Have you met a lot of people here at NYU?
I've met a lot of people, I'd say.
Cool.
I met a good amount of people.
All right. So it's a success story for you.
I'd say so, but coronavirus definitely made it harder.
Yeah. But you're making the most of it. That's good.
Definitely, I'd say.
All right. Now, if you could time travel, where would you go?
Time travel. Oh, where would I go?
Like Back to the Future.
Huh. Well, a lot of people would go back and
You would go back in time, not into the future.
oh yeah, I definitely would go back in time. Actually,
How far back?
maybe I'd go back into my own life and guide my younger self.
Like 10 years, something like that?
Maybe.
All right. Now, let's say you had money coming in, $5,000 a month.
Sure.
Steady income.
5,000.
You still work, or you just live off of it?
5,000 a month.
Yeah.
Well, I would still work.
You would still work?
Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of people say, yeah, if you give people money, they're just going to be lazy. I just wanted to see.
It depends on the person. 100%.
So you wouldn't be.
For me personally, 5,000, 5,000 wouldn't be enough for me, I'd say.
Yeah.
Unless I was very content with it and
So
able
you
to
wouldn't
live.
just like say, okay, I'm just going to eat discount foods and wear like secondhand clothes and all that. You wouldn't settle for that.
Right now I am, but
Uh-huh.
that's because I'm a college student. But in the future, I mean, you always want to strive for more, right?
Yeah. So that's not something you could do in the long run.
Maybe. I think I would be able to do it, but in general, society would not allow you to have that. They would not see yourself as a success story.
Okay, now,
yeah.
what were some thoughts you had about New York before you came here? And what happened once you came here?
When I came here, before I came here is like I wouldn't be able to adjust. It's too big. It's too busy. It's not me. Because I went to Chicago before, I didn't like it. But that's only as a tourist. And then after I came here, I mean, it's your own home now. So those thoughts like of being foreign it's gone.
Yeah. Okay, now you said you have a Chinese background.
Mhm.
Can you say anything in Chinese for us?
I can say basic things. I talk to my parents in Chinese.
Say some like deep Beijing slang that nobody would know.
No
Do you know
clue.
anything like that?
No clue. It's more like casual things. I
Yeah.
would say like ni hao, 你做饭了吗? It means like did you make food?
Yeah.
I can say like basic things.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Okay.
But
now,
I need nothing deep.
Now, do you make any social media?
What'd you say?
Do you do social media? I mean, do you make content, anything like that?
I do not.
No
I have
TikTok videos?
social media.
Okay, now, I see you came here with your friend,
Uh-huh.
but you decided to step out. Do you consider yourself to be a leader?
Oh. I don't think so. Honestly, I wouldn't say so.
How did y'all become friends?
He was like one of the first person I met actually.
Orientation?
The laundry room.
Laundry room.
Laundry room. That's,
So that is the place to make friends right now. the laundry
exactly.
room.
Just anywhere. Especially when
like-
people are new. It always depends on if the other person's open or not.
Right.
If the other person's not open, if they're in their own clique, in their own group, then there's no way you can like make it more.
Is that a problem at NYU clickiness?
Yes, I'd say so. After one semester, people have their own groups, and a lot of
Yeah.
people do not want to go other groups.
So when they're the first semester, they're open to meeting new friends. Once they do,
Yes.
they kind of form that.
But then I've also met people who have their own groups who are also very open to other people, and that kind of inspired me to be open as well.
So have you done much exploration here in New York right now?
Ooh, kind of.
Okay, now let me ask you this: what are some good places to film videos like this in New York?
Oh, Washington Square. Washington Square. Union's a little more dead. You can do it like in front of Union.
Yeah.
Central's nice. You can find a good place there. Times Square would be harder. But Times Square maybe. Hudson Yard in front of the Vessel. Yeah, Brooklyn Bridge. As long as there's a setting, but Washington Square, the arch. I'd maybe suggest like the arch to be in the background as well. So it's very
Yeah.
noticeable. Like,
But then the
where-
sun will be in your eye.
That's
the thing.
true.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
I've done that before. They're like, "Can we do this at another angle?" They're like,
Okay. That's
Yeah.
That's true.
That's what I stopped doing that. Okay, now you ready for the next question?
Sure.
If I were to give you 3 wishes, what would they be?
3 wishes.
Yeah.
Can I do any things that are outside the rules, like unlimited wishes?
Oh, so many people do that.
Yeah, that's the most common thing.
Yeah, what are your second and third ones then?
Oh, you can do that. Three
Yeah,
wishes.
second and third.
I don't know. Probably some sort of like intelligence wish where you just knew everything.
Knowledge,
Knowledge,
omniscience,
knowing how people think. I think that's very interesting. as
reading
well.
minds,
How people feel as well, not just the reading minds aspect.
EQ.
Yeah, sure. I like that.
What else?
I mean, if you know everything,
Just
That's
knowing
like-
everything,
I guess.
knowing how people feel, knowing what they're thinking.
If you know that, you don't need like material things,
Yeah.
because you can be content with just knowledge. I'd say.
All right. Now, how has peer pressure influenced you in life growing up?
Peer pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, not at all. I'd say.
You just do your own thing.
I peer pressure others.
You don't drink or do drugs or anything like that.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
But not because other people told you.
Not
to.
because other people are.
All right. Game changers. Have you had anything that happened to you in your life that made you want to change the way you live your life?
Not really.
No.
Not
All right.
really.
Next question. How important is marriage to you?
Marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage is scary to me.
Scary? You're not interested in it.
I'm interested in it. It's gonna happen eventually, but it's scary.
Your parents don't give you any pressure to get married?
No.
Ancestry, how important is that to you? A lot of Chinese people, they can trace their ancestors back 10 generations. They have that on their tombstones, that they're from like Henan province or somewhere.
I don't know too much about my ancestry. My grandparents. I don't have any cousins. Very small family in general. I have a brother, my parents, and then their parents.
Yeah.
They're all alive, fortunately. I think my great grandparents got killed. I don't know which ones, but they got killed in an era of communism. And,
So they don't keep like a record of
I have
their
no clue.
ancestry.
Absolutely no clue.
Because my ancestors like are really into that stuff. Like they go back, you know. I can trace my ancestry back maybe like 200 years, something like that.
Oh, that's super nice.
Yeah.
That's fun. It's fun to think.
That's
about.
why, you know, I always ask my elders, you know,
Mhm.
what do they know about where I came from and all that stuff. All right, next question. What? You come to this park often?
Oh, Washington?
Yeah.
Actually, not really.
You don't come here much?
I don't come here too much. I live right next here, but I'm not the biggest fan of the skater vibe.
Yeah,
That much.
yeah, I know what you mean.
But it's a very chill setting to be as well.
Maybe when the weather gets nicer,
Yeah.
you can come here more often. All right, next question. Where have you been? Any states, countries?
I've been to China. I grew up in North Carolina,
Yeah.
and then Cincinnati, Ohio.
Uh-huh.
Those are the main places, I'd say.
Now, where would you like to go in the future?
Maybe London, maybe Shanghai.
Yeah. Oh,
Both
you've
are
never been to
nice places.
Shanghai?
I've never been to Shanghai.
Oh, okay. Why would you want to go there though?
Big places.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
But it's not really like that, like vacation, like. Because if you go to China, you're gonna want to go to like maybe Sanya or something like that. They call that the Hawaii of China.
I have no clue.
And then if you like biking and stuff like that, hiking, you go to the northwest, like Qinghai province. If you like nice weather, you go to Yunnan province because they call it because it's springtime all year round. It never gets too cold or never gets too hot.
That's true.
Yeah, so those are some of the really good places that I personally like.
But those are more like vacation places, right?
Yeah, 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 they're
Not
vacation.
places where you can like settle down a little bit.
No. I mean, you could. Like a lot of people would move to these places. I
Right.
mean, a lot of people from the northeast of China move to Hainan province because they hate the cold so much that they want to move somewhere warm. It's kind of like America and Florida.
Right. That's true. My parents want to go to Florida.
Yeah,
My dad specifically.
right. Now, a lot of Ohio people go to Florida too, actually. All right, next question.
So we're one of them.
Yeah, hopefully that'll work out for you, and you'll find your place in Florida. All right, next question. Can you do any impersonations?
I can't.
You cannot. Do you have any special talents?
Not really. I have little hobbies.
Yeah. Have I asked you this already? What are you gonna do 5 years from now? Where do
Oh,
see
you haven't.
yourself?
My goal is to get into banking.
Banking?
So
Still
some-
here in New York or somewhere else?
Hopefully somewhere in New York if I can make it.
In New York?
Like the financial
Finance
district.
industry?
Yeah.
You're gonna live down by the Wall Street area?
That's the dream, I guess.
Yeah. Anything else? You gonna own a house? You gonna be married with kids? Anything like that?
Probably not in the immediate future. Maybe focus more on my job
Yeah.
and just work a good amount until I can move on.
Okay, what kind of videos do you watch?
videos on YouTube?
Yeah.
A lot of fitness videos,
Uh-huh.
some gaming videos,
Yeah.
but vast majority is like fitness videos and some interview videos as well.
Yeah. Who do you follow on or subscribe to on YouTube?
These guys called the Minorities.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever heard of them?
No, what are they about?
They're interview, funny kind of thing.
On the street?
On the street, just interviews, just random interviews.
Here in
like
New York
college
or somewhere else?
College interviews. On college campuses.
Oh, in college, they travel around, you mean?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, what were you doing during the lockdown in March and April? How did you spend that time? Did you do it working out? What did you do?
I worked out a lot. I meal prepped. I bought food. I had set goals. I tried to bulk, so around 4K a day.
Yeah.
That was like the majority of the time that I spent. A lot of meal prepping, buying food, making
Eating
food.
healthy?
Yeah, eating healthy is not really my goal though.
No?
My goal is more tracking calories and protein. I don't really care too much about eating healthy
Well,
as long
that's
as
why
I get
you're
my.
still eating Wendy's.
And it's cheap.
Yeah,
Healthy food's expensive.
that's right. Organic, especially, right?
Yeah,
So you're not going to be seen in Whole Foods anytime soon.
definitely not. It's
All right,
quite
next
expensive.
question. What motivates you in life? You got to be pretty motivated, right? You're doing finance and all that stuff. You got to be motivated. What motivates you?
What motivates me in life? A lot of small things. Seeing other people. Number one thing, other people.
So seeing other successful people.
Not successful people. Seeing peers of mine have their own goals motivates me to
Yeah.
have my own.
So that's almost like peer pressure right there.
Positive peer pressure.
Yeah, that's good. It doesn't always have to be negative, right?
That it. True, but it has a negative connotation.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely.
Okay, now is Facebook still relevant?
Kind of. I
is?
never used it.
You never used it?
My generation rarely use Facebook, but to find different groups. NYU used Facebook and to connect people, and that's how a lot of students started using Facebook for the first time.
So it is still kind of relevant. Now
My
what
parents
apps,
use it.
What apps do you use?
Apps.
They use Weixin too?
No.
No Weixin?
No.
Okay. What apps do you use?
YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat,
No TikTok?
no TikTok. I avoided TikTok. It's very addicting, I'd say. From what I've seen a lot of
Yeah,
other
I've
people
heard
use
that.
TikTok.
I've heard people try to delete it and then they went back to
Yeah,
it again.
so I never
They
got
had
it.
a relapse, a TikTok relapse.
But I see TikTok Reels on Instagram as well. So
Yeah, they do have
I can't completely avoid it.
Yeah, it shows up. Sometimes it even shows up on the news. The news will actually quote TikTok.
It has on national news from NYU.
Oh, really?
One kid made a TikTok of the food that they gave you during quarantine,
Right.
and it made national news. And
Wow.
NYU just gave people money instead of giving preparing food.
Okay. Yeah, I heard about that. I get a lot of NYU people on this channel.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How many people have you interviewed today?
Today, you're only the second one.
Second one?
Yeah. But in this 2 months, I've done 100, 120.
Have you been posting on YouTube?
Yeah, I posted all of them.
Have them been getting success?
No.
Have you been editing, making
No, I don't really edit.
Oh, maybe I think that would help a lot. Making different edits to make every single minute
Uh-huh.
or every single second seem entertaining.
So get rid of all the dead air.
Dead air. Maybe find some relatable content to teens as well.
Yeah.
Those things and make it a little funny with the edits as well. The edits can make it very entertaining.
Yeah. So people are looking for a laugh. Is that right?
They're looking for something to relax and watch.
Right.
Something that they're looking forward to.
Because where I was going with this video was I was trying to do a shared experience kind of thing.
Sure.
Something that other people could relate to make people feel not so alone when they watch it.
Sure.
All right. So you say you don't make videos, right?
I don't. Not at all.
Okay. Now, tattoos. Have you got it?
I don't.
What's
That-
your? Sorry. Go ahead.
I was interested. I think I'm still interested in getting tattoos, but I've heard in the business world you have to be more traditional,
right.
and having tattoos would be it will set you off.
So you're looking into the future.
Kind of.
You want to make sure that you don't do anything to jeopardize your
Kind of. Yeah.
goals. All right. Now, what is your biggest accomplishment in life?
Biggest accomplishment.
Right.
I think my biggest accomplishment is to be aware of my actions and how I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. So you're cautious about what you do.
Yes.
All right. Now, do you want to plug any of your social media?
If you want to follow my Instagram, it's like I don't have any posts,
Okay.
but it's Tate.2.
So maybe somebody will want to reach out to you and say, "This guy's cool. Let me hit him up."
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. What was it?
It's Tate.2. It's TATE.2.
All right. Cool. Now, do you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Not really.
All right. Do I have your permission to put this on the internet?
Sure.